All right. All right, Shalom. First, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, double honor the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Basically, as you can see in the title, all right, this video is mainly for, you guys out there who, you're getting lukewarm, you're getting tired, you're getting that thought of, oh man, it looks like nothing's really happening, and you're getting tired of hearing the same old things over and over again. Okay, well, guess what, man? All right, there's something you got to deal with. All right, you got to man up. All right, and just keep dealing with it, man. All right, we all going through it. All right, we're all dealing with it. Okay, so what gives you a special pass? Shalom. What gives you a special pass? What makes you different? Huh? We all going through the same thing. The scriptures let you know, man. We each got our own battles that we're going through, and we all want to get out of here. But there's no excuse, all right, for anybody to be. Hey, it's normal. We all get tired at some point, but the difference is we don't let that stop us. And that shows for people who start. They let that stop them, and then they don't keep pushing. They don't give it their all, man. It shows the weakness within you. Okay, showing that you weren't built. You weren't built for it, man. Okay, and ultimately that the Lord was just using you. All right, that's the thing, man. Because look, when you read through the scriptures, man, you don't think the Lord was tired. You don't think the prophets were tired. You don't think the Most High is tired. Of constantly sending us deliverers and the constant wickedness that He sees with His nation. Okay, you don't think the Most High is tired of that for generation and generation and generation and generation over again. You don't think that Yahweh Shai was tired. Knowing what He was gonna have to go through and still having to endure that. All the prophets, what they went through, all right, being stoned to death, being ridiculed, okay, the trials and tribulations that came upon them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a couple precepts on that. All right, I'll start off with this. This is Second Chronicles, chapter 36, verse 16. All right, it says. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 15. It says, "And the Lord God of their fathers sent to them by His messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because He had compassion on His people and on His dwelling place." Okay, so here it is, with all the wickedness that was going on, the Lord still had compassion, okay, upon Israel, and therefore what? He sent His prophets, okay, He sent His messengers rising up betimes. Because, hey, the Lord came to the prophets that died, like the scripture. Oh, man. Matter of fact, hold on. See if I can find that real quick. All right, the Lord came to His prophets, man, at different times. Okay. Salakia, I'm just trying to find this real quick. It just is a nice precept that just popped into my head. Here it is. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets." Okay? And that's how the Most High did it, man. Because He had compassion upon the nation of Israel, even with all the wickedness that they kept committing, even with how tired He was of the nation of Israel, He still had compassion, and He still has compassion, which is why we're out here. All right, the Most High came to the prophets at different times, man. Regardless of what you were doing, all right, the Most High came to them. Whatever message He had, the prophets went up and did it. All right, they didn't tarry, they didn't drag their feet. All right, they did what the Lord commanded them to do. You don't think the prophets were tired, man? Okay, if you read the book of Ezekiel and you see the stuff Ezekiel went through, man, that man caught a lot of hell. All these prophets caught a lot of hell, man. Ezekiel had to eat basically feces. Okay. He had the Lord told him he was gonna kill his wife, and he couldn't even mourn about that. Here it is, he had to look crazy in front of the nation of Israel just so the Lord could prove that point. Catching all that hell and not even complaining. How many of you have eaten shit? How many of you have had to prophesy naked for 3 years? How many of you have been beheaded or even had to resist unto blood in a severe way like the prophets of old did? And look at how they came up at the end. At the end, they still endured and they still overcame the trials and tribulation, man. All right, the prophets, they were men like us, man. They got tired, but they still did it. So here it is. You haven't even caught half the hell that the prophets of old did, all right, in that specific manner. But you talking about you getting tired. Tired of what? What are you getting tired of? You getting tired of talking? That's weak. What really do you have to do? What troops have you been running away from? How many weeks have you gone without eating? Because there's no food around. Here it is, you got a roof over your head, you got water to drink, you got food to eat. All right, the Lord is providing for you and protecting you, and you're getting tired of what going out to speak. You're getting tired of doing. How long does it take to do a sit down? That you that you getting tired of it, man? You know, because what? At the end of the day, you don't have that river of living waters, man. Those waters are not flowing. You know, it gets to a point where it slows down. You see, for those who are not built for this truth, that water slows down, and eventually it just stops. And that's why they start feeling that tired, that fatigue, okay? Because that water is not flowing, man. The Spirit of the Lord is departing from you, you know? And that's a fearful thing, man, because you're going to end up what? Getting tired, and you're going to end up leaving, man. You're going to end up falling out because you're not going to have motivation. You're not going to have the Spirit of the Lord to keep you going. Okay? So I'm going to keep reading in Chronicles. It says, verse 16, but they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. So you think the Lord wasn't pissed and tired of this? How many generations, the scriptures say the prophets have been there since the beginning, man. So since the beginning, we've been doing the same thing, generation, captivity, over and over and over and over again. You know? Over and over again. You think the Lord doesn't get tired of seeing that same outcome? Oh, I send the prophets, they don't listen, and then they kill the prophets, and the Lord still has mercy to keep doing it. You know? Yeah, it gets tiring, okay? But all we have to do is serve the Lord, man. This really, compared to what we're going to get, this really isn't that weary of a task, okay? But people are just not, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're just not built for it, that's all. Okay, this is let me get this real quick. All right, this is Genesis, because they did, man. There's been many times where the Lord just felt like, yo, man, to hell with this, man. I'm just gonna do away with this, man. All right, well, because it's as though nothing new was coming, no change was coming, man. This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. It says, and matter of fact, I start at verse 5. It says, and the Most High saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. You know, the Lord is trying to provide for you. He's created you. He's giving you everything. And look at this. The imaginations of their thoughts was only evil continually. It didn't stop. No matter how many warnings and all that, it didn't stop. And you thinking that's not upsetting the Most High? That's not pissing him off. You know, how much more for you? Here it is. You're not even perfect. We're only trying to do what we're supposed to do, which we can't even do perfectly. But you got the nerve to say you tired. You got the nerve to get lukewarm and fall out. You know, what kind of spirit is that? All right. This is verse 6. It says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Okay. It grieved him at his heart, man. That's like you trying to build something, or you're trying to sculpt something, and every time you know what I mean, you get to a certain point, it just keeps breaking down. You know, at the same thing, man. It keeps breaking down, it keeps falling. You know, and that's how it feels dealing with Israel. Okay, that's how the Lord feels, man. He got pissed. He wanted to just. That's why he flooded the whole earth. But look at where we at today. People are still doing wickedness, and it's exceeding. And now the Lord has to bring a second death. It's to the point where the Lord has to literally put the laws in our hearts just so we won't go off. Yeah, you don't think that's annoying? You don't think that gets annoying, man? All right. You look at what the prophets went through. Stephen got stoned just for letting these people know the truth, man. He got put to death. You know. Look at Paul. Matter of fact, let me get a precept on that. Okay, we read about the things that Paul went through. Man, you know what I mean? Paul was tired, man. Okay, but he, you know what I mean? He still did what he had to do.